Hey, everybody, it's Chase with AVA Pop Culture. Hopefully, you know that if you are here. Hello, AVA family. Let me know that you can hear me. All right, we already got some folks in here. I love it. Big night. Got a lot to get to. Yo, it's 77 Rockets Woodworking in the house first. What's up, man? Mark Underwater checking in for the news. We got a lot of news, lots of stuff to get to. Hey, Becca. Thomas Clancy, what's up? The Horror Stream Live, hello. Scott, how's it going? My man, 4K Tent Revival in the house. Good, you hear me loud and clear. Thank you, Nerdy Panda. Andy in the house. What's up, man? Konnichiwa. I am live. Live. We got some serious, all kinds of movie news and stuff. We got some 4Ks of the week this week. Two of them. What's up, Gory Tiger? What's up, Todd? I'm your Huckleberry. How's it going, my friend? Howdy. Oh, I love to hear it. Ghostface Studios, channel icon in the house. Ghostface Studio Production says, what up, big dog Chase? I've literally been binge watching your list and episodes on physical media. You're giving me the bug to go out and shop thrift stores. That'll happen. I do it to myself. What's up, Chill? They live, we sleep, obey, consume. That's, yeah. Obey, believe what you're told. Under the Rim Rocks checking in from Montana. What's up, man? Gen X Gen, hello. Beetlejuice in the house. We made it somewhat early. Beetlejuice, always a huge Warner Brothers and Arrow fan. Patrick, what's up, man? Yeah, Bob Iger leaving Disney early, ahead of time. Maybe we get someone who cares about physical media. That would be nice. I am hoping out if it's the two candidates that's up for it, the chick that Kathleen Kennedy wants and that Iger want, I don't want her. She explodes everything she touches. She's gonna shove 99% political ideology into everything. I hope if it's just between two of them, I hope it's Josh tomorrow. What's up, 72 Bronx boy? Eli in the house. What's up? Nice. 5 titles. I got Miss 45 and I got Incubus. Yeah, don't forget to hit that like button. Let me get that thing going. Let's set the old first let me stop this other thing from playing over here. All right, got the goal going, got it all locked in. Anthony in the house. T. Shofi in here. I still have not watched it, and I've never seen that movie, so I haven't had a chance. Movie Odyssey from North Georgia.
They had Dr. Seeker was the last person on the ride to ride Dinosaur.
Oh, my Lord.
I love it.
I posted a video today on my American Vintage Adventures channel where we got to ride the dinosaur ride. I think it was today or yesterday. It closed forever at Animal Kingdom at Disney World. That is a rough snatch you around ride, though. Greetings, Adam, from the city that never sleeps. Can we agree the Grammys last night would have been more enjoyable? Yeah, like I mean that. Listen, I'm with Ricky Gervais years ago. Nobody cares. You don't know anything. You don't live in the real world. I'll be damned if I'm going to be lectured by people, most of whom didn't finish school and are rich beyond measure and live in gated communities with 24/7 security in private schools. And I'm not going to be lectured by those people. Sing your song, get your award, thank your God, get out. Ricky Gervais. She's doing good, Becca. She was talking to me about the dinosaur ride. Yeah, it was all hit or miss around here. We got about an inch or a little over an inch of snow at my house. And the week before we got a lot of ice the weekend before. But it's been cold. Like I don't like the other night it got down to like 12 degrees when we were having 40 to 60 mile an hour winds. I mean, that's like cold that'll cut you right there. You heard from one of your sponsors that you're about to receive a pretty kick-ass belated birthday gift. They said to watch your mail with a $5 super chat. Oh, that's very interesting. I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued. And thank you for the super chat, my friend. Oh man, you're looking forward to the new Supergirl movie? I can't get behind it. Carrie Witt in the house. Beetlejuice got 27 inches of snow. Goodness gracious. Yeah, I saw some pictures from like Universal and Disney World where there was icicles hanging all over everything and stuff. That's pretty cool. Not something you see all the time. We'll give a couple more minutes and then we'll officially start the news. Because, okay, a little pre news. Did, uh, what is everyone's, what's everyone's thoughts on the casting of Helen of Troy in the Odyssey? Have you seen it? This is something that I agree that I'm too close to because that was that's my emphasis in history. That's what I taught. I mean, my degree is in history, but classical studies, ancient Greece and ancient Rome. So that whole cast looks like he was. I don't know, man. It doesn't like there's not one Greek person in it. There's not. I mean, Alexandra Daddario. How did she not get in that movie? Robert in the house. What's up, Robert? Only 13 inches. Yeah. 89 at 89 now 92 awesome people in here and only 36 likes. Let's fish. So Eli is one of the many people I've heard on the channel say that I look like Glenn Powell. So this past weekend I uploaded a picture because there's something on Chat GPT that will tell you, like, based on your facial structure, your smile, all this stuff, what celebrities. And Glenn Powell was in the top 5. He was. But the one that didn't make any sense to me that kept coming up was Paul Walker. It kept saying Paul Walker. In my top three, it was Paul Walker, Josh Duhamel, and Jensen Ackles. And I tried uploading like 5 different pictures, clearing out the cache, going back in, and that it kept giving me that was my top 3. I don't see the Paul Walker. Like I mean, maybe I don't know. You do? You see the Paul Walker? You see the Paul Walker Beetlejuice? After it popped up some pictures by comparison, Rich is like, "Oh yeah, I see it." Like, it would be nice. It would be nice to get that. Eli sees the Paul Walker Beetlejuice. Eli, you did start the Glen Powell. I did start hearing it from other people though after that. Like, I never thought about the Paul Walker though. I mean, I could like, I don't know. I see the Paul Walker after seeing the pictures, maybe more than the Josh Duhamel. I didn't see that one as much. The Jensen Ackles I saw more than the Josh Duhamel. I don't know. It was interesting though. Well, that's interesting. You never know. You're too close to it yourself, but it was just an interesting thing. I do see a little Paul Walker, more Glen Powell though. $5 super chat from Ghostface Studio Production says, I hate to say this, but Hollywood has gone beyond woke. We thought Candyman 2021 was horrendously bad, but we ain't seen the worst yet. I think part of I think that they've learned, I think Snow White, I think a lot of movies that they're not like the celebrities on the ground necessarily, but I think a lot of people behind the scenes have said, look, we can't keep doing this. But there's also been some studio heads, including Bob Iger, come out and remind people that they're going to move away from political stuff and messaging in movies. But it's basically a 1.5 or 2 year backlog of films that are going to come out. That they're not just going to can them. They're going to get what they can get out of them. So what you're seeing may be the last vestiges of stuff. I mean, like the Odyssey, they started filming like 2 years ago or whatever. I do see some Glen Powell. Oh, Lord. I just saw tonight that she was very opportunistic. The Tongva tribe, the Tongva people, are serving her with papers about the land the $14 million mansion's on that she owns. Thought that was funny. Let's see. Here we go. All right, it's about time to start the news. Well, for those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, hold on, I got to get the news going here. We got a lot to cover. Okay, here we go. Let me get this sharing up here. Oh, Canadian Maker Project's in the house and gives 5 memberships. Thank you, my friend. I got your Canadian token right here. Always keep it right here. Sits right here on my desk, my friend. Thank you so much. All right, for those of you who don't know, this is the actress that was cast as Helen of Troy. Right here. That's the actress that was cast as Helen of Troy. Helen of Troy is Greek. I just think they're setting this woman up to be like, I don't think it does her any favors either. I really don't. But as a historian and stuff, and people are like, "Oh, well, it's all fictional," and that's not how the ancient Greeks looked at it. They looked at the Iliad and the Odyssey basically almost as religious stories, religious texts. And we have since found the city of Troy. We found a lot of archaeological evidence, all that stuff. There's paintings, there's busts, there's reliefs, there's all kinds of depictions, including a description of Helen of Troy in the Odyssey, and parts of the Iliad. So I can't help feel like you're doing this for the wrong reasons. I mean, Helen of Troy was technically from Sparta, and that's in Greece, and she was Greek. But that's what I was talking about for anybody that didn't know. Oh, so I got some news on that. Kicking off our news here. Let me switch this. All right, we're going to get to all that in just a second. But T. Shofi says, hopefully Ignite will announce soon the pre-orders for Bride of Reanimator. Yes, I talked to them. That will be coming fairly soon. And fingers crossed, it looks like I may get to do a interview with not only Brian Usna, but with the two leading ladies of that film as well. So I may get to interview Usna and the cast. So the bride herself. So I am, we're efforting that as we speak here. It does matter. It does. It's definitely, and it comes again 2 years ago. A lot of that, when they started casting and getting ready to film this, a lot of that stuff was in a different mindset. Really? You got no problem with that? Okay. Yeah, Bride of Reanimator is coming, and like I said, hopefully I will get to be, I will get to interview cast and crew. Yeah, the problem is when you start doing it with, like, if it's made up characters, it's whatever. Do it what you want to, but like historical figures and like historically studied figures and different things like that, it don't do that. You're trying to change you're trying to change history. They do awesome restoration work. Listen, I'm look. They don't give me anything for free, y'all, but they appreciated that I stood up for them. I do my best. I do my best. It's not always easy. Um, and I've said it a million times. This is why I have a master's degree in political science and public administration, two master's degrees sitting in the drawer in there that I'll never use because I don't have, in a prolonged way, I don't have the right temperament. I'll just say stuff. I will eventually snap. And so, I mean, I do still have the temperament somewhere in there of a guy who played football and did mixed martial arts and all that stuff. So it's still in there. There's the stuff in the basement, as Rocky would say. 80s movie madness. What is up, Mark? What is up, my friend? Glad you're in here. We got another gift from Canadian Maker Project. Thank you. Yes, that is oh my god. You don't put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby. Don't put that evil on me. It gifted yourself a membership. That's well, there you go. All right, so let's jump over here to this. You guys see this. Yes, Debbie Does Dallas. This was the big Melusine release announcement. But it is not a 4K. Alas, it is not. Let me go over to. I'm gonna be careful over here, but we're gonna go over here. Tis not a 4K. It is a Blu-ray from a 4K scan. Now there is a suitable for YouTube trailer that you can watch. Um, so, but I'm not. I really can't because this is like this is actually a super important and famous film in film history. Okay. Um, I'm not really sure because they did a full 4K scan and restoration of the original 35 millimeter camera negative. Um, so I don't know why they didn't do that. Like, I don't know why they didn't do a 4K. Um, I mean, I always encourage educated discussion and disagreement. What I don't deal with is the I feel crowd. Well, I feel it's right, even if it's wrong. I feel that it should be this way. I don't do that. It's give me it. It's the facts. It's what we can talk about. We have to agree on an established base of reality to begin having a discussion. Because if it's all about your feelings and you feel it should be this way or that way or the other, it's a forever moving target, and we can't have any common ground because you can change your feelings and your basis of your argument at any time. Um, Yeah, I don't know. Like, so they go full on out a 36-page booklet, a Perfect Mountain booklet in this thing. The VHS promo trailer. They've got new audio commentaries with actress with Philip. I'm not sure who that is with it. They've got new audio interviews. they've got all this stuff. They went all in, but they didn't put it in 4K. And I'm not really sure why that is. I'm not really sure why, because this is like a big get. So I'm not really sure why they didn't do it in 4K. Vinegar Syndrome, if this is something you're interested in, Vinegar Syndrome or their Melusine, they don't normally do a Blu-ray and then drop a 4K on you later, though. Usually if they didn't do it, there's a reason, but it doesn't really make any sense. That's it. Until that goes away, till we just worry about telling stories, movies aren't going to get better. I don't think so. They don't normally do that. I won't say they've never done it, but I can't think but maybe once or twice. Um, they don't really do that, Schlockerama. Vinegar Syndrome doesn't really do that. Yeah, I already pre-ordered it. I mean, I'm not logged in right now, I don't think, but my subscriber price on this thing was like 17.99 or 19.99. So I definitely pre-ordered it. Like, but did you know a little bit of trivia? They stole the idea for this movie to make it a full-on adult film. They stole it from the movie The Cheerleaders from 1973 or whatever. I don't have it because it's expensive out of print Blu-ray, but it's on Tubi. Check it out. It's the same movie. This just goes all the way. Yeah, I taught high school and I taught at the college level, so this is different patience requirements. You've never heard of it? I'll give you some time to go Google it. It does. And do you guys know? And I blew my wife's mind with this, and I can't do it anymore, really. But I used to be able to recite because they really sang these things. I used to be able to recite and sing, I don't know, the first 40, 50 pages of both the Iliad and the Odyssey. Now, it's not singing. It's like, Mainin, Teia, Aquila. It's like at a different, is it iambic hexameter? I can't remember now. But I used to be able to do the whole thing. So, or for like 40, 50 pages I could go through. Um, so yes, it describes her very, very thoroughly. Yeah, the back page is pretty enticing. It's pretty enticing. It looks like it. I mean, the scan. I can't click through everything, obviously, but the scan looks like it's going to be good. So I just don't know why they didn't. People were asking me, "Is it 4K?" It's not a 4K, and I'm not sure why. But it's a big one. Yeah, I don't. They don't normally do that. Kino Lorber is a different story. Kino Lorber, other people will do it, but they don't normally do it. What's up, Why So Blue Tube in the house? Channel icon. I would say yes. That used to be the theory that I worked on, or like an ain't like basically yeah. That's it. I don't care if you're. I say this and people get mad at me. I don't care if you're left, right, or center. I don't really care. I don't want to go to the movies. I don't want the agenda of anybody's politics or anything shoved in it. Like unless that's what the movie is about, right? Like if it's a movie about Watergate, if that's the point of the story, then fine. But like if I'm going to watch, a slasher movie or a raunchy comedy, I don't want to be browbeaten over the head. Or if I'm going to take my daughter to go see Barbie or something, like I don't want to be beaten over the head with somebody's ideology one way or the other. I just want an entertaining story. Movies, that's supposed to be a big way. Yes, there are other important movies that have messages, but movies are supposed to be a way to escape and unify us. And gosh, I try my best to get people to see there's so much in common that we leave behind that ties us together. We have so many common memories. If we would focus on that stuff, if we would just focus on that stuff, and stop thinking that the internet is the real world, because it's not. It's not. Like, you could disagree with somebody to the end of the world and hear and meet them in person, and you two probably can hang out and be fine. It's something about the internet that brings out the worst in people sometimes. But let's get back to some. Let's check out Vinegar Syndrome, because there is a Vinegar Syndrome title I am super excited for. One that I've been I'm probably most excited about this one for a while, of any for a while. It's Demon Warp, y'all. I am pretty sure, you guys correct me if I'm wrong, this movie might have been stuck on VHS. And this is one of the big announcements. This might have been stuck on VHS. I'm not 100% sure. But this movie is bat bleep crazy, y'all. This movie is just like, it's like demons, ghosts, Bigfoot-like creatures, cryptid-like creatures, boobs, butt, monsters, killing, warps. Like, it's like it's like they said, do you want to put this in a movie? And they just said, yeah. You want to put this to? Yeah. Let's just put it all. It is crazy. It is a 4K set, a 2-disc set, Dolby Vision, all that kind of news, that jazz. I cannot wait. I don't think this ever had anything. You guys let me know in here. I think this might have been stuck on VHS. Yes, there's a big sale coming up. We're going to get to that too. We're going to get to that too. Yeah, like it's a bit, just name it whatever. And you can, it's any of these genres of horror. See, I thought that the only DVD was a bootleg. I might be totally wrong. I think I had this on my movie stuck on VHS video I did like a year and a half ago. But I could have been wrong. I'm not perfect. I'm not perfect. Oh, Kuato joined. Free Mars. Damn it, Cohagen, give the people the air. It's fun. It's crazy. I mean, you've got George Kennedy in this, who is like, I think George Kennedy was an Oscar winner. Uh, but man, it fits perfectly with Vinegar Syndrome. Maybe more than anything in quite some time that they've put out. I know I got to be careful clicking through here because I know it's got some. But George Kennedy, if you don't remember who he is, there he is. But man, I can't wait. I look forward to this. This is a fun movie. It's just crazy now, y'all. You're not looking for. Don't be going in here looking for some kind of highbrow artistic message now. Quaid. Quaid. Oh, Robert, I'm with you. Invisible Maniac is a blast. I still need the lenticular cover where you turn it and then the underwear come off. So Demon Warp, I'm super excited about. This movie, y'all, got no idea what this is. None. Zero. Zilch. Nada. And it doesn't really look like my kind of movie. I'm just gonna be honest with you. I know nothing about this at all. Bactrian. I don't even know, man. I don't even know what this is. It's like, why did this get a 4K? I don't know. I mean, this gets a 4K, but Gang Related didn't get a 4K. Anyway, this is part of my subscriber package, so I'm getting it. I don't have high hopes for it, whatever it is. This one's the one that confused me the most. Body of Evidence. This is an erotic thriller, like a series. I remember when this came out because you had a lot of naughtiness in it, and I was, in my teens, and so yeah, it was rented and watched. And I think it's a good get. But this movie should be a cinematograph, not a Vinegar Syndrome proper. Yeah, I mean, Boxcar Bertha, I knew because it was Scorsese, but I didn't order that one. Yeah, Body of Evidence just screams cinematograph title to me. I want to make sure there's nothing in here that I can't show. But I mean, you got Madonna, you got Willem Dafoe, you've got what's her name, Ann Archer, you got Julianne Moore, Joe Mantegna. I mean, it's got a cast, right? It's got a cast, and it is that. I mean, it's probably, it might have more nudity and naughtiness in it than Basic Instinct. It might. But it doesn't feel like a Vinegar Syndrome mainline release. It feels like a cinematograph, and I just don't feel like they know what their lines are anymore. I just think they put stuff, and that's probably my biggest knock. One thing that I will say, and I kind of want you guys' feedback on this. One thing I will, and there's Boxcar Bertha, the Scorsese movie. Just so you know, if you missed out on that book that came with it, because they only did 73 for some odd reason, you can get that book, that hardback book, in a chunk. It basically in a rigid slipcase box. You can get that full hardback book in a slipcase box on Amazon for $22 if you want it. But I want some feedback on this, because today, over the past couple of days, we're going to get the Arrows announcements too, because I haven't been on since Friday. We know now Arrow stuff. We know Shout and Scream Factory stuff through April. We know Umbrella stuff through May. I think I find myself preferring, because it's just now February 2nd. I think I find myself preferring, and maybe I'm alone here, the Vinegar Syndrome way of, we're going to announce on February 1st the stuff for February. And what we announce that day, you'll get that month. And they don't announce 2, 3, 4 months out. There's something almost anticlimactic about it being February the 2nd, and on January 30th, we already knew everything we were getting from Arrow Video, for instance, all the way through the end of April. I don't know, January, February, March, you're already, over, 33% of the year already, and it's still January. So I don't know. Let me know. Am I the only one? Do you guys prefer knowing way ahead, or do you kind of like the excitement of, I find out on February 1st and then I can buy it and I'll get it later that month? I kind of like that. I kind of like that better. We're going to touch on the sale real quick before we leave this, because I got time. I can do this probably maybe next week. They're going to have a Love Massacre sale. So they're going to have a lot of stuff 50% off or more. They're also going to have a new release on the Melusine side. They're going to have a couple new partner label releases. So they're going to have a big sale. There you go. We can cover that more later. That wouldn't change it. How would that change it? How would that change it? Because Arrow, if you can pre-order as soon as Arrow announces the stuff, you can pre-order it right then. Doesn't matter if it's that month or 3 months from now. That wouldn't change it. You got to explain to me how that would change it. I mean, like they announce it right then. They still have it. If they have 5,000 copies, it doesn't matter whether they announce it for, and you don't get that copy till 3 or 4 months from now, or you get it at the end of the month. I'm not sure how that. I'm not sure how that changes it. My only VCR is in the other room. Well, I actually have a VCR TV combo over there. All right. So, speaking of the aforementioned Arrow, uh, so okay, we're gonna get to them in a minute. And you can see I'm going to Orbit. Listen, I pre-order from like either Orbit or Diabolic or like I know I've heard Brother Belial is good. I haven't ordered anything from them yet, but well, I don't order from the movie room. And so Orbit gets me the Arrow stuff quick, quick, quick. Um, but T. Shofi brings up a good point right here. Said he was kind of disappointed with Arrow's announcements. I I was and wasn't, and I'll explain why. Um, I like Inner Space. I haven't seen it forever. I love getting that and all the extras. Soldier, anything Kurt Russell. It's not his greatest movie. I would have rather had Stargate or whatever. Or hell, I would have rather had more Seagal because I loved Under Siege. Revisiting that. I don't even count the others. I know nothing about the Eye. I know nothing about Wandering Ginza Butterfly. Like I don't even pay attention to those. And I ordered The Killer because I've never seen it, but based on my buddy Jason at Movie Mass 4K, I promised I would get all of these that Arrow put out. Okay, here's why they're fine. The disappointment stems from they have had some marketing faux pas over the past year, and it comes from. I'm sure you guys saw the night before the releases, they put out a teaser which made it seem for all the world that we were getting Arrow Enter the Video Store Volume 2 finally. It had been teased a long time ago, and it made it seem like we were finally getting Arrow Enter the Video Store. Let's see. I'll see if I can pull this thing up over here. And yet, so everybody's pumped up about that. Plus, they've teased Mortal Kombat. Hell, going back, they teased that they're putting out the Halloween movies. Like they've done whole teasers, and then we don't get anything they tease. And this time, in particular, let me share this here. Y'all, they put out this right here. Arrow Video Store, and it's like a case with movies in it and everything else, and it's retro VHS, and say doors open tomorrow at the same time that the announcements drop. So of course, everyone in the comments, a second Enter the Video Store. I hope this is Enter the Video Store Volume 2. Enter the Video Store set. Like everybody's excited about this. And what is it? It is instead, it's not even a release. It's just they're going to do their version of the Criterion Closet. Little short videos that are their version of the Criterion Closet. That's like that unfair, that makes the movies that you do release be like almost unfairly feel like letdowns through no fault of their own. It's like a letdown. And like, I just like, why would you make this? You know, what's his Cliff has already teased that part two was coming. He did it a while back, the video, Enter the Video Store. And you make that Arrow Video Store and you show a tape sliding out of the case. And everybody and their brother in the comments is like, give it to us, enter the video set. And then somebody's like, please don't be a streaming service. Well, they already got a crappy streaming service. But then you just give it. So to me, that made it a letdown. And you still didn't get Mortal Kombat. But that made it a letdown. And I mean, for the US, we got Interspace Soldier. I know nothing about the Argenza Butterfly. So you really had two headliner releases, Soldier and Interspace. And the killer overseas you had. So, I mean, I ordered the killer, Interspace, and Soldier. And I ordered them from Orbit. No rewinder. Yeah, I ordered it. Yeah, I mean, I'm excited about Interspace. Like I think that's poor marketing. You guys remember a few months ago, the night before their releases, when they released the video teaser for basically for Salem's Lot with the cross and it burning the vampire's hand and all that stuff, and then the next day they didn't announce Salem's Lot with their announcements, and they didn't announce it for 2 months later. Like, what are you doing? Why are you teasing videos like right before your releases that don't go with those releases? It doesn't make any sense. But they're not they don't do that. They don't do that. They don't do that. They have a certain amount that they're going to do. They're going to have a certain amount that they're going to do. And if they sell those out, then maybe they'll do some others, but they don't do that. Oh, my man Joseph Vincent in the house. He says, I have a great love for Soldier. I've seen a lot of people are not into it, kind of like Navy SEALs. I remember liking Soldier. I don't remember loving Soldier. I also haven't seen it in 20 years. 20 years. It's had to be 20. My son just turned 15. I know I haven't seen it since he's been born. So I'm excited. I was excited. Anything with Kurt Russell, you're going to get me, man. You're going to get me. Good to see you in here, man. In Interspace, Joe Dante. Most people don't know that movie got nominated for a couple Academy Awards, I'm pretty sure. I think it might have won one for effects and stuff. And it is a loaded, I mean, absolutely loaded release. Soldier's pretty loaded. They're pretty loaded releases. So again, I say it's not the fault of these films that it felt like a letdown. First of all, I feel like we should have had one more legit release. I like it when they do 3 like legit. Stop. Don't tell me that. Like, listen, you're putting too much Asian cinema out. Sorry. Period. The end. Give me 3 releases that are like Interspace or Soldier. If you had this, these two with like another Seagal movie or something, yeah. But I'm excited over these. I'm excited over these, but it does feel like a letdown because it felt like for all the world we were finally getting Enter the Video Store Volume 2. And that's one of the favorite things I bought from them. Cellar Dweller in there, the arena, like all that stuff. They do not. They have a certain amount that they do. And then they will decide, depending on the title, they will decide whether or not that is selling enough to make more or not. But you don't, what you're missing here is if it's 5,000 is all they had and they sell out, that's it. Like, it's no different than Vinegar Syndrome. If they can't make more than 10,000 or 20,000, it doesn't matter if you pre-order it or you buy it right then. It doesn't matter. If it depends on how fast it sells out, it sells out. What good would Vinegar Syndrome, what good would it do if all they can make, understand, I think y'all are missing this. If all Vinegar Syndrome can make, all they have the right to do is 2,000 of a movie. That's it. That's all. What difference does it make whether or not you order it that day for later that month or you have to order it that day for 3 months from now? Either way, you had to order it that day or you miss it. Do you see what I'm saying? It doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. Vinegar Syndrome is not going to just make more of them. They're not going to just make more of them. And if Arrow released that day and put out that month, if they told you what they were selling on February 1st and you got it by the end of February, they could still make more regardless of pre-orders or not. There's like, am I speaking Urdu? Like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, all you're doing is being happy with waiting 3 months for it. They could announce on February 1st, sell it out. Everybody who bought on February 1st got it. They could be making more based on the sellout. Then tell you again, and you can order again. Whether it's that month or you're waiting 3 months to get it once you bought it is completely irrelevant. I didn't get a fixed copy of the sale. I've tried to contact them. I didn't get a fixed copy of the sale, and I've heard nothing about TCM2. Tom Cruise liked it. Interesting. Yeah, Soldier's cast is stacked. Both casts are stacked. I mean, you got Meg Ryan, you got Dennis Quaid and everything in the other one, and then Soldier is got a stacked cast too. And I can't remember who all is in this. But I remember this set is stacked when I was reading over it the other day. They got a bunch of new features, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, they have, well, that's the new Criterion. I think Brian, my buddy Brian, just got it. Yeah, remember they teased to Live and Die in LA way back when they teased Creepshow 2. So that's been over a year ago almost. Because we got the Creepshow 2 tease right along with Live and Die in LA. And there's still no Live and Die in LA. I have no idea if they did more than one or they just printed out a shit ton to start with. My guess is they made like 100,000 or 50,000 or more to start with, because I can promise you they didn't go back and make more to have to sell them for less, because they're already having to sell them for less than they did initially. They did, to me, that means they made all of them up front and they just haven't sold them all. That's the rumor about Rambo. And I really almost don't want to talk about it too much. I know I saw Ken talk about it, But really, everything's just going on a comment post on Blu-ray.com that was a follow-up to a post that was made 3 years ago. So if it does, I will be a buyer for the Rambo box set if it comes, because I missed the steel books, and so I only own the first one and the very last one. So I will be a buyer 100%. But when we know more about that actually happening, I'll let you know. Right now, it's just a rumor on a page. Man, TCM2, I like TCM2 better than the original. I think it's more fun. And my friends Bill Moseley and Carolyn Williams, I mean, I work with Bill Moseley. They're both the stars of that movie with Dennis Hopper. They're very reluctant to fix anything. Yeah, so we're going to talk about that in just a second, too. I agree with that. I'm not losing sleep over not getting it for sure. But I feel like that's where Vinegar Syndrome, man, and even Scream, Shout Factory. If you get a problem with a disc, like the disc just shows up. Like it either shows up with it already or it shows up later and you don't have to do anything. Right. That's what happens. They just make a certain amount and then but it wouldn't matter if that got shipped in February or in April. Like they still sold out the day it was announced. And that's my point. It doesn't matter. It can still sell out that day. And they won't continue, even Arrow wouldn't continue to sell them if they had sold out that day, because they wouldn't be able to tell you how long it would take before you got it. Yeah, until that becomes real, you won't see any. Yeah, I'm not going to talk about it. Paramount did do a good job. They just that showed up for me. So I picked up the Soldier, Inner Space, and the Killer. And then this was a very disappointing month for Shout Scream. We have their newest Hong Kong cinema classic, Tiger on the Beat 1 and 2. I don't think I would watch it if they were showing it in my backyard. I got to be honest with you. But that's part of their Hong Kong cinema classics. Deer Hunter, did you don't have to tell me if they ever released Deer Hunter before. I don't know. Friggin' long movie. Not my favorite. And I know it's supposed to be all great, but just not my favorite. They're releasing Deer Hunter on 4K Steelbook. They're now releasing the Prince of Darkness 4K Steelbook that was an Amazon exclusive. The same with Ghost of Mars. And they're re-releasing Sky Captain in the World of Tomorrow on a Steelbook. This is probably the only thing I'll buy. I didn't buy it initially because it didn't come with a slipcover. And so I've just been waiting on a sale. I'll buy it with the Steelbook. But that's all they got for me this month. I thought it was a very, 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 very weak month for them. Maybe they're gearing up for something big. I don't know. But I thought it was weak. I thought so. I thought so. I thought so. I couldn't remember for sure because I didn't have it. I didn't want to speak out of turn. Robert's going to buy every Hong Kong classic on 4K just for me. Like it just doesn't do it for me. Like it just don't. Um, the ones I like, man, I really like, and the rest of them, like I don't know. Yeah, Deer Hunter's good if you like sleeping. It's like 3 or 4 hours, isn't it? I forget how long. I've seen it once. And I feel like that was enough. Let me jump back over here because did you guys see the Vinegar Syndrome partner label release with the pink, toy on the cover wearing a hat? The manhood shaped toy. I gotta be careful what I say. And of course, the Fright Night 2, we finally got info on. I got to be honest with y'all. It's cover A or cover C for me, and I'm leaning towards C. C feels more like Fright Night, although Brian is right. That looks like an 88 Films movie cover. I'm going to be honest with y'all. I'm not in love with any of those covers. I'm not. And I know some people who this came out on their stream, I guess, and then other people ran with the story or something, and they were upset that they didn't get credited. It's all out there now. Whatever. I will say this, and I have my differences with people or whatever else. I'm an old history guy until you need to cite your sources. Cite your sources. Come on. It's like I see people that they copy a video I just did. And the way you do that is like when my buddy Daniel did when I did small town horror films or small town horror movies. And he messaged me. He's like, that was a good idea. I really want to do that. And so in the beginning of his video, he's like, I got this idea from my buddy Chase over here. And so I wanted to do my own. There you go. That's all you have to say. That's all you say. Just cite your sources. Don't act like you broke it. I will give people that. Like, cite your sources, man. But also don't go whine about it. It happens to me all the time. AI channels routinely steal my entire videos and then get hundreds of thousands of views somehow. Like, they'll take my videos and go get 200,000 views or 1 million views on an AI voiced video. Go figure. It's very thin. They had a pretty good one last month though. I bought a lot because it was like, oh hell, Devil's Advocate and several other things. Like they had a big month, and then it's like off the table now. Cover C. Out of those, it's cover C for me. I've done it, man, and I don't know. It doesn't seem to matter. There was a 70s cult film one that I did, I don't know, 6 months ago, and the AI channel copied it completely. Like my performance, everything, my font, all of it's the same. They just used AI over my voice and got 1.5 million views on the video. I got like 10,000 views. They got 1.5 billion. I don't understand. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, it seems like a lot of people out of these are going C. That's it, man. See, that's where like I had those big ass thesis papers too. And when everything you do is research based, you just become someone who it comes second nature. Cite your sources, give the credit where credit's due. Joe says, I feel like cover A is the one that feels like the movie actually is. C looks more, yeah, C does look more like a. I'll tell you what C reminds me of. Is the aftermarket like Gutter Garbs or whatever it was artwork? This is what C reminds me of right here. Does it not? That's what C reminds me of. So I don't know. Like I do feel like you're right about A. It's between A and C for me. B I'm not really interested in at all. You know, depending on the price though, if they came out with one that had all three of these and it was only like twice the price of two of them or something, I might get them all. I don't know, and then give one away or something. Me too, man. Me too. Like I don't understand how people sit there and watch it, and they'll comment on it. I'm like, these people aren't commenting back. Let me see if I can find the Frankenhooker artwork and stuff like that. 4K tent. Where is it at? I had seen. I had seen it. I thought. Let's see if I can find it here. See if I can find the because we're getting. Let's see, it's right here. All right, so if this is the artwork, this is what you're getting. This is the 4K Frankenhooker, Prom Night, Angel Heat, and Hearts of Darkness, which is just a Blu-ray. You know what's interesting missing from this? When they first announced they were doing all these, I'm pretty sure they announced they were doing Prom Night Part 2. And I don't see anything about that. Yes, there's a 4K. This is a 4K right here. It's incredible 4K. It's out of print, but you might be able to find the foreign version on some like Diabolic or Orbit or something like that. So again, like this Prom Night looks very much like an 88 Films artwork to me. It looks like Garbage Pail Kids. Or no, I mean Garbage Pail Kids. I read that comment over here. Yeah, I don't see any dates, any specific dates. I've not found any specific dates because I'm a huge Frankenhooker fan. Like I'm a big fan of that ridiculous movie. And I'm be honest, I'll be in for all four of these movies you see right here, including that documentary right there. I'll be in for all of these. I'm not really sure why it looks like Angel Heat doesn't have a slipcover, but maybe it doesn't because Synapse is bad sometimes to not have a slipcover. But I am reasonably certain that when they first announced, they said they were doing Prom Night 2 as well, and I don't see it right now. He said on live, Prom Night 2 and 4 will come. Okay. Well, I don't watch them, so I don't know. I do know that they were the ones that were upset about not being credited, and again, I think you should cite your sources. But it also doesn't do you any good to make a whole video complaining about it. Um, I mean, if you want to say something in the video, be like, "Hey, we broke that," and everybody ran with the story. Like they're the ones that found it out first. Yeah, they could at least said, where they heard it first, and then just move on. I certainly wouldn't do a whole video talking about it. But you should cite your sources. Well, I don't see a release date for any of them yet. So, but I mean, I'm in for all four of these right here, and I'm in like they're gonna get my money. And Fright Night too, man. They're going to get a lot of my money. I mean, I'm subject to buy all three of them. I might. This, okay. So you guys want some inside info. You guys know that I worked with, Jesse Cove, Martin Cove, and all this stuff. We're getting this on physical media not because of Netflix. We're getting this on physical media because the deal with Sony and YouTube, all that predated going to Netflix. But also, do you guys know that Ralph Macchio owns a chunk of Karate Kid and then Sony too? So they basically overruled. I'm afraid though, from what I hear, this is the best you're gonna get. I don't know, and if you do get a 4K, it will be a long time away. At least that's what I'm hearing, and people are hearing right now, that there is no 4K coming. Now that could change, but I don't know that the original seasons, like on YouTube Red, meet the quality standards to be upscaled to 4K, and that might be part of the problem. But this may be the best we're going to get. I know these guys, and I'm buying this. If they come out with a 4K somewhere down the road, then God bless them. But right now, I'm hearing this best we're going to get, at least for any of the foreseeable future. Yeah, I just don't. It's like, hey, you gotta beef. You can say, look, man, we this was big news and we broke it. You could at least say where you heard it, and then just move on. Then just move on, because you have a right to be have your source cited. You got a right to that. But drop that in, say your piece on it in 60 seconds, and move on. Don't make whole videos complaining about it. I mean, come on now. Yeah, it'll look fine. It'll look fine on Blu-ray. Like, I'm good with it. I just want to own it because I don't want to stay married to. I don't want to continue to have Netflix. That's like one of the only things that I have Netflix for. Because sometimes I'll just get in. I'll shotgun the first couple seasons of this show. So, but it's like I think I put a link to it in my community tab. I think it's like $109, $119, something like that. Maybe it'll come down, but I don't know. I don't have that kind of info. So this I will buy for my dad, who's no longer with us, because he loved this like any other big action movie, and uh, there, I think I heard somebody saying that there was no sequels to this. I'm pretty sure there's Remo Williams, The Adventure Begins, Remo Williams, The Adventure Continues. At least, I think there's at least one sequel to this. How's it going, man? I would agree. I would agree. Which one did you like the best? I'll tell you a show I went on 4K, and I think Brian told me it had a foreign 4K or something. Have any of you ever seen Black Sails? I would love to have that on 4K. I think it would look incredible on 4K, and that is a really good show. The Prophecy, is there not one called Remo Williams, The Adventure Continues? Are you sure? Are you sure about that? Huh. Yeah, it's a TV show that was the follow up. Oh, and there was a low budget version made in 2017, Remo Williams 2, The Adventure Continues. Apparently, they said it's basically like a indie high school project. That's where I've heard that before. That's what. Yeah, that was a series. That's what it was. Haha, Blackbeard. If you know, you know. Man, your guess is as good as mine. I hope so. I hope so. So I want to take this time to take a little break here and talk about my two 4Ks of the week. These are two. Oh, man, we're still at 100 likes. There's been like 150 people in here the whole time. No super chats, no likes. Y'all, I'm out. No, I'm just kidding. Y'all don't like me. You really, really don't like me. No, I'm just kidding. Okay. So my 4Ks of the week, I had to do two. I've been trying to watch a lot more movies lately. Kingdom of Heaven, I just watched. Man, just absolutely spectacular. Just this is what filmmaking should be. I had to mention it again. Like this is what, because I think I talked about it on a video. This is what you can't do with CGI. The cinematography on locations and everything is just breathtaking. This movie in this 4K, yeah, he only gives you like the director's cut, but this movie is so good and it is just so visually stunning, and this 4K sounds and looks absolutely bonkers. One of the 4Ks of the week. And then I took my own advice. You guys let me know, did you like my Friday Night Rentals series that I started this past weekend? Because what I did was I watched all the movies that I recommended to you this weekend. And while there is no Big Trouble in Little China 4K, and I did watch Fright Night 4K, and it's incredible. I've talked about it a bunch before. We all know Back to the Future. The Last Starfighter. I've watched this twice. I watched it twice now in over the weekend. Um, and this is an awesome 4K. And it is so much fun, man. Like, it's just so damn fun. Like, I was trying to think up for my Friday night rentals. I was like, what would I have like just dug renting on a Friday night? I'm gonna get some pizza, Coke, some chips and all this kind of stuff, and just like veg out on the carpet and watch some movies. And the first one I thought of, honestly, was The Last Starfighter. And so that video, and I got another one coming this week. It'll be fun. That video got me so hyped up to watch it. I've watched this twice since Friday. I've watched it twice, and I went to sleep watching it another time. It's just fun. But this 4K is so good. It is so good. I had to do two 4Ks of the week. So there you go. Kingdom of Heaven and The Last Starfighter, my 4Ks of the week for the week of February 2nd, episode 3 on AVA Pop Culture News Live. 4Ks of the week, The Last Starfighter by Arrow and Kingdom of Heaven by Sony, right? I think it's Sony. 4Ks of the week. Jay Street with a $5 super chat said, saw The Last Starfighter at the drive-in when I was a kid. I own the 4K in memory of my dad, who also loved it. It's a great 4K too, for sure. Like, yeah, my dad was all in on movies like this. He was going to watch them all the time. And, man, it just takes me back. And I was talking to, this brings me up something else I wanted to do some news on. I was talking with a awesome chick lady from Red Planet Video, and we were talking about how she I'm going to show you some stuff that she does. Um, how like it's almost because everything is so uproarious and everything now, and it's almost the point where you're almost wistful. You're almost like you wish you could go back to these times and just chill out. Just chill out. Um, let's see if I can pull up her stuff here. Not sure why everything's taking so long. Give me 1 second, you guys. All right. So if you don't know, we're going to share this tab. I think. Let me try that again. Um, Thank you for the super chat, Chase. Enemy Mine does need a 4K. Okay, so Red Planet Video. She makes these awesome, like vintage VHS covers, right? For stuff, like all kinds of stuff. And she has a website that's linked up here. No, she doesn't pay me anything either. We just started talking because I'm a huge Buffy the Vampire Slayer fan. And I'm an old school VHS guy. You guys know that. I don't collect VHS, but that's where my heart lies. And she had done this new setup. So like everything you see here, she makes, right? Now you see me talking to her. We started talking right there. So the episodes are actually on here, and the movies are all in like 4x3 on VHS, all that kind of stuff. She makes the packaging, and she sells them on her shop. So I picked up that, and I think this is the coolest freaking thing ever. Look at this mashup. Hubie Halloween with the Halloween 3. And that is actually Hubie Halloween in 4x3 VHS quality on that tape. So just giving a little shout out segment because I think this is super cool, super creative, all that kind of stuff. And she's super cool, like into everything. Like this is her place. This is all her stuff. And I think it's just absolutely badass. And so I bought Hubie Halloween and the Buffy the Vampire Slayer. But we were talking about how, that the scene in Buffy, she's playing the music on here on this post. And it just takes you right back. And that's what this stuff can do. And that's why I think that's part of the reason we surround ourselves with it. It takes us back to a time when it was simpler, when we're happy, when in good memories, right? I think it transcends movies. It's what they do to us and make us feel and remember. And I think this stuff is so cool. So I picked this up and check her out because these are absolutely cool. She is on Instagram. Hey, hell yeah, she's got more Instagram followers than I do. Nobody follows me on Instagram. And I post on there all the time. But she's on Instagram at Red Planet Video if you want to check her out. She's got tons of stuff. And you can go right to her website. And she's got all kinds of stuff. I think I may go back and look, there's a Return of the Living Dead. I just think it's cool. She makes all these are handmade. Check out the Grinch she did. There's elves. And the movie's on there. The movie's on there. So I just think it's super cool. And she deserves a shout out. Ice Pirates needs a 4K. No, it doesn't have not Ringwald and Ironside. No. Lance Guest and Catherine Mary Stewart. Well, look who's here. It's Tess. Hey, bud, sorry we just got on. Happy belated birthday. Thank you. Any chance of an Oscar prediction? I stopped really watching the Oscars a while ago, but I don't have so much as prediction as a hope. Okay. My hope after rewatching the movies is that F1 wins. That is my hope. Is that F1 wins the Oscar for Best Picture. I'm a big believer in that director. He did Top Gun Maverick as well. I'm a big believer in him. He's more of an old school, old type of movie filmmaker. That movie made more money than Superman at the box office. I think Sinners is a good movie, but I think Sinners is overhyped and 16 Academy Awards, breaking the record. Like, listen, it got an award for cinematography, and do y'all know how much of that cinematography isn't even real? It's visual effects, and that just kind of makes me sick at my stomach. I don't like that. Yes, Battle Beyond the Stars is on 4K, and that is another telling of Seven Samurai, by the way. That video's coming, where I talk about the movies that are basically Seven Samurai. But yeah, that's my Oscar hope. And if F1 doesn't win, then I hope Frankenstein does. But I hope F1 wins. I give up trying to predict the Oscars anymore because I don't really understand what they base anything on anymore. Yeah, Halloween 3, and thank you so much for the super chat, you guys. Thank you. Yeah, that's super cool. That Hubie Halloween is so cool. Where the hell did it go? I kind of want this one too. The stuff. I'm a big sucker for that movie. Um, Silent Night, Deadly Night. Where did Hubie Halloween get? Look, she did a trick or treat. That's kind of cool. Already got Frankenstein. Speaking of Frankenstein, so yeah, the Hubie Halloween. There it is. That's super cool. That's super cool. I love that movie. That's a comfort movie for me. I have a Blu-ray of that I can't show you the cover of on YouTube. But yeah, I just thought she deserved a shout out because I think that's solid work that she does there, and she'll post her stuff on there. So yeah, just wanted to, I'm pretty excited about getting my hands on those and checking them out. Also, beyond Home Alone, which Catherine O'Hara movies do you suggest? Beetlejuice, of course, but what? Yeah, I mean, Beetlejuice, I would have to think about it with her. I mean, Schitt's Creek is hilarious, the show. Um, let's see. And that was just sad. And they think it does have something to do with her genetic condition. Um, See, when I was a kid, we watched her. We get the antenna out, and back when they did the Second City TV stuff. Um, Looking at her. Oh, After Hours is. She's not like the lead in that though, but that's an interesting film. Hmm. And she just did. You have to see I Like Me about John Candy, the documentary. You got to watch that. I mean, that's about him passing away too soon, and she just did that. Like, man, um, crap. What is the movie I'm trying to think of where it's like with the dogs? Why can't I find it? Just have to go to her IMDb. Best in Show. Uh, for your consideration, I mean, Best in Show is the first one that popped in my head, though. But I mean, I gotta tell you, like, I still think some of her best work was as Moira on Schitt's Creek. I mean, it was just incredible. She was a draw by herself. But yeah, I would probably go with Best in Show. She was also in a very old Tales from the Crypt episode. And see if I can find the title of that one over here. She was also in the 1990s Outer Limits an episode. She's in the Wyatt Earp movie with Marty Cove and um, Kevin Costner's playing Wyatt Earp. Oh hell, I know she's in a. I can't find it in here. I know she's in a Tales from the Crypt episode because I was like a teenager. Tales from the Crypt, Geraldine Farrat, and she is in one episode from 1994. She's also in the movie. She plays Calamity Jane in that the Tall Tale movie about Pecos, the Adventures of Pecos Bill, where Patrick Swayze plays it. That's an underrated movie. That might have to come on a list here soon. Brinky Steve, and thank you for the super chat. That caught me off guard too with her. Brinky Stevens. There's a lot of photographs of Brinky. I prefer From Dusk Till Dawn. I see. I can't do it. I can't want Sinners to win because it's too similar to From Dusk Till Dawn, which I think is a better film, a more original film, and even it kind of borrowed from Vamp a little bit. Yeah, all y'all. I was like, well, I was trying to think, and y'all are like, Best in Show, Best in Show, Best in Show. Well, I'm looking at two monitors, so like my other monitor is over there. So if I'm looking over there, your comments are over here, so I can't see them both at the same time. Somebody's like, there's somebody arguing with me. There's no similarities at all between Sinners and From Dusk Till Dawn, and I'm like, okay. So two outlaw brothers, one wild and hot headed, one more, calculated and smart and cool. They're both outlaws. They come back looking for a big score. They have a big score. They're trying to get away from something, and they both have encounters where they have to try to avoid the law. They end up heading south. They end up in a distinct kind of old dive type bar. They get set upon by vampires. One brother gets killed. The other brother fights his way out until morning. Yeah, there's you even have someone who's very religious who gets close with the calm, cool, collected brother, and that person gets killed. That spurs him on to fight more. Like, come on, y'all. Shit. Oh, you know what? That best movie moms and that is that's a good idea. You'll see that coming up soon. I'll see if I can get that out this month. I'll see if I can do that this month because I feel like that could kind of go along with February a little bit. Moms and dads, a little business to take care of in February. God bless you, man. I couldn't make it through one battle after another. That felt like a propaganda piece to me, not a movie. And I just don't enjoy being pounded over the head like that. But if you like it, that's cool. I think F1's the best movie I saw. No, it's not Kevin's parents. They they left him alone twice. I could do this in a couple different ways. I could do best movie moms, best movie dads, or best movie moms and dads. Groot. Groot did it, not me. Yes, this making a man. Yes, I love that. Man, there's so many lines in that movie. So many lines in that movie. My favorite sequence though is where he tells him that even if you got to remember that your soul is in your keeping, that you can't tell. You die and you go to heaven, or you're judged. You can't tell. That someone else told me to do this. Your soul is in your own keeping. Man, y'all like one battle after another. I'd rather run my head into the wall. Does the stepfather count? He wanted to be a perfect parent. It's just when it didn't work out, he just sliced and diced. Parents and time bandits. Thank you for the $5 super chat, man. Um, Flowers in the attic. Steve Martin better be in the list, but from what movie? I mean, he's a good dad in oh crap. What's the movie when he's got a dozen kids? Crap, they made two of them. My man Tom Welling is in it. Why can't I think of the name of that movie? They got 12 kids. Oh, he's a good dad, that's for sure. Cheaper by the dozen. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Cheaper by, I could not spit it out to save my life. I did not see Send Help. I have a particular set of skills. I'm going to tell you guys what. Liam Neeson made me laugh so hard I about fell off my couch when I was watching the Naked Gun movie. And there's the scene where he gets mad at Pamela Anderson for hooking up his old TiVo because it got rid of his Buffy the Vampire Slayer episodes. And he's like, now what? He's like, you were supposed to watch Buffy to get my references. Dude, I was laughing so hard. He's like, now they're erased. No Xander. No Oz. Like, I mean, he just goes on and on. He's like, no Willow meets her doppelganger episode. No musical episode. No Cordelia Chase. I was dying. I gotta say, I very much got very heavy propaganda out of that movie. Very, very, very overt. And I just don't like. I don't want that. I don't want to be propagandized by the news or anything else. Yeah, I've heard that it rips off the Bram or the Coppola one really bad, but I don't know. I haven't seen it. Ash. Yeah. Yeah, it's A or C for me. That's why I can't decide. $5 super chat from Chase. He said, since no one mentioned it, Best Mom, Secret of Nim. Also missed the last live, so I felt I need to make up for the chat. I appreciate it. Last one wasn't an official news one because it was my birthday and I kind of just came on at the last second, but I appreciate it. Thank you. I had that one scene was good enough for me. I'll rewatch that. I probably rewatch that. I'm a huge Buffy the Vampire Slayer TV show fan. And what's funny, I mean, I like the movie too, and I know Christy Swanson, and but man, Buffy the Vampire Slayer TV show, let me tell you, you gotta understand. I was just graduating high school when that show started, and they were right there around my age, and I was all about it. How do I rank the Universal monsters? Wolfman, Creature, and Frankenstein are like Wolfman's one, Creature, Frankenstein are right. That Frankenstein probably edges out Creature, but man, it's tough. Those three, I get to all three of those before I get to Dracula. Man, you crazy, crazy, crazy. That show was legit, and they would never make it today because it is not politically correct at all, like at all. Another Evil Dead movie, really? You guys know I haven't seen a Scream movie past Scream 4. So I could only hope, I could only hope. But I do know, here's the problem with that I do know for sure. The first, I think, season and a half to first two seasons, it might have been the first two seasons, were shot on 16 millimeter. Now that can be upscaled to 4K. I mean, that can be put into 4K without too much of a problem. But oh, they filmed out. From what I understand, they filmed out those first two seasons, and they edited them. They put them on film on VHS, basically, and they edited on VHS, kind of. So, like they edited on film. So the original negatives may not exist anymore. They printed it out and they edited from cheap film. But man, that show would look incredible because it's dark and the practical effects are awesome. Listen, I love Christy. Know her in real life. She's not the real. She's a Buffy, but Sarah Michelle Gellar made Buffy the Vampire Slayer famous. That show, without that show, y'all realize without that show, we don't get most of the horror genre shows. We don't get Supernatural without Buffy. We don't get a lot of TV shows without Buffy being a success. And do you know who was secretly funding that show? It's the craziest thing. It was Dolly Parton. People didn't know it till way after the fact. I love Christy, y'all. I love Christy. I know. I mean, I tried to get Christy to move here. I on the phone with her. I tried to get them to move here, and they moved to New Jersey. Well, Angel's basically Batman. Most people also don't know that Christopher Nolan, when he did Batman Begins, offered David Boreanaz the role of Batman, and David Boreanaz passed on it because he said he'd basically been playing Batman for the past 7 years. Oh, my brother, if you haven't seen Supernatural, I'm almost jealous that you haven't seen it. They sure did. They sure did. That they're two of my favorite shows of all time. We don't get all the superhero shows and everything else without Smallville. X Files was big. Supernatural is a big commitment, but you don't have to be in a hurry. There's no reason to hurry. Um, no reason to hurry at all. It's a good one though. I love the chase with Christy Swanson. I love that. I love the scene where they have the sex going down the road and it just like the car expands and there's a sunset and all that kind of stuff. Listen, man, I cannot recommend Supernatural enough. I cannot possibly recommend it enough. Oh my lord, Carrie. You need to leave right now and go start watching TV. You've never seen Supernatural, Smallville, Buffy, or Firefly. Lord, Lord, Lord. You think Supernatural is for chicks? Supernatural is about classic rock, classic hot rods, guys fighting monsters and eating junk food and drinking too much beer and chasing tail. Just because it's two guys in the lead doesn't mean it's for girls. That's like saying every action movie with like Schwarzenegger and stuff's for girls because it's got a buff dude in it. I sure can. So Supernatural is about two brothers. They see if I can do it without spoiling it though. There's two brothers. They lost their mother when they were very young, and their father found out that it was a demon that killed their mother. So he became a demon hunter, a ghost hunter, fighting all kinds of demons and mythological creatures. And the show starts, he disappears, and they've got to go try to find him. And they're riding around in this hot rod 67 Impala, blasting classic rock the whole time. And they basically, the synopsis of the show is the family business, fighting demons, hunting things. All that is their family business, and they follow clues all over the country, and case by case, finding, hunting, and killing demons. And then they get pulled into a bigger supernatural world and find out that they're in the middle of a battle between heaven and hell, and they were two key figures, and they never knew it. It is pretty damn good. Yeah, you've never seen an episode if you think that. They're not goth in any way, shape, or form. Yeah, Supernatural has a lot of hot chicks. Yes. Oh man. So here's the thing. I had to be talked into watching Smallville because I was so uptight about Superman. Do you know the Smallville becomes the most realistic becoming of Superman ever created, ever. Number one. Number two, Christopher Reeves in the show for a couple of seasons. And he literally tells you in some of the extra features, he's in the extra features, and he says that to him, Tom Welling is Superman. And he goes into all the reasons why he believed Tom Welling is to him Superman, not himself, but Tom Welling. And he explains it in the extra features and stuff, but he's in the show. Like, he signed off on it, like he was involved. So that made a big difference for me. And he's in it a good bit. And they actually write his passing into the show. Margot Kidder is in the show. Like, they bring the people back. And it also has the best portrayal of Lex Luthor ever, Michael Rosenbaum, period, the end. And I'm a massive Superman fan and hardcore about the original movies. And I refused to watch it the first season because of those same reasons. My dad talked me into it, and it's the greatest decision I ever made as far as watching something. Fighting demons, hunting things, the family business. Let's hop into our badass 67 hot rod, blast some AC/DC while we go find it. And some Bob Seger. There's a whole episode of Supernatural told from the perspective of that car, which is the most original thing I've ever seen. And it's like the car is watching them, and he's popping his tapes in and out. And it's Bob Seger, and his brother looks at him. He's like, "Do you think all of life is a Bob Seger song?" And he looks at it, he's like, "Yes. Yes, I do." Oh, yeah, the Def Leppard song. Yeah, if you like Def Leppard and Kansas, you'll like Supernatural too. Like, all that music is in there. You got Credence. I mean, if you like, it's great show. But they work it into the show. It's not just the soundtrack. It is a big part of it. I'm a classic rock fan. I started watching The Expanse. I never got into Battlestar Galactica. Oh, I haven't seen that. Oh, it's a lot of watching. It is, because 10 seasons. Oh man, I'm telling you, um, the story, the dialogue. I mean, Joss Whedon created and wrote most of that and everything. Um, but yeah, it's there was nothing like it before. The way it was written, the way it was, it was, and yeah, man, having to wait week to week. I have VHS tapes where I recorded it, and watch it like 5 times, waiting on next week's episode. I would give it a try. He's in it. He's in it a good bit. He plays Doctor Virgil Swan, and he helps out Clark find out a bunch of things. Dude, yes. Let me go ahead and seal the deal for you older folks watching on, if you haven't seen Supernatural. There's an episode where Sam and Dean and the Impala get sucked into an episode of Scooby Doo. And the whole thing is animated in classic Scooby Doo style, and all the Scooby Doo characters in there. And Dean, they're hunting a real ghost in this episode, and Dean is trying to nail Daphne the whole time. I have a shirt, Scooby Natural. That's it, Scooby Natural. That's one of the things with Buffy, man. Like, yeah, some tiny little thing that happened in episode 7 of season 1 could be massively important later, and it was always there right for you long, and they never left it, they never forgot it. It came up in different ways and you didn't pay it any attention necessarily. It is impressive. Williams Wrestling Hub, what's up, man? $5 super chat. Hell yeah, love your sweatshirt, brother. Let me tell you something, brother. My friend Justin got this and sent it to me for my birthday. Hulkster, Hulkster power, or Hulkster rules, and it's got the Hulk Hogan thing there, and the Python power, and then the American flag on there. He sent it to me for my birthday. I thought it was pretty cool. I had never seen anything like it. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, I loved it. I loved it when I got it. I was like, man, that's so cool. They did Why So Blue Tube. They did a Groundhog Day episode in Supernatural. These tacos taste funny to you? Then wake up, yeah, like because Dean keeps getting killed over and over and over again. And incredible, he gets a piano dropped on him. You're younger than Scooby Doo. What you gonna do, brother, when the pythons? I'm trying to get my pythons back though. I've been out of the gym for so long, trying to lose, just shrink down and lose weight and everything. I feel like a weakling with spaghetti noodle arms, man, and my shoulder is hurting. But I got to get the pythons back. I didn't have 24. I did cross 20 a couple years ago. But as long as my arms are, that's hard. I'll never get that big again because I don't want to be that big anymore. You get older, you don't want to carry, you don't want to walk around with 265 pounds. Your heart still, even if it's healthy weight, your heart's got to take care of all that, you know? You gotta think about being here. You don't see any really big older guy, old guys hardly. So we need Suburban Commando and Mr. Nanny. Like if they're gonna do stuff like Garbage Pail Kids for VSUs and Mac and Me, why not Suburban Commando? I'd rather have that a million times over than Garbage Pail Kids. Be honest. Where Dean gets cursed and is scared. Yes, yes, yes. In the locker room, he just screams. They use that as a promo for so long. I did watch Bates Motel. I never saw the animated series. I never saw that. The anime series. I know that Jensen Ackles is trying to bring the show back for 2 to 3, 8 to 10 episode seasons on either HBO or Amazon Prime. And I know that all three of them, that him and Jared Padalecki and Misha Collins, who played Castiel the Angel, are all going to be on the final season of The Boys together, which is going to be interesting. Because the series creator of Supernatural also created The Boys. So they've all been on there. They're all going to be on there together, and they rolled up on set in the Impala from Supernatural, which is interesting. You know, I have two different lists about football movies, and they're two of the worst performing videos on the channel, man. I don't understand it. Yeah, your knees and your back, and I've had so many knee surgeries. Like, I think I've showed that picture before a couple years ago. I was like working out twice a day. I'd got my arms to 20 inches. I was 260 something pounds, and I I took this picture of myself sitting there in the gym and got up and walked out. And I was like, I don't need to be this big anymore. Oh man, no holes barred. That'd be a great VSU. Come on. Hush was a great and terrifying episode of television. Their musical episode too. Now, Buffy is the blame really for starting the rash of everybody doing a musical episode. The difference is Buffy's musical episode was earned. It was all part of the actual plot, and all the songs drove all the plot lines that came before and that were coming after. It wasn't just like a standalone episode. Oh, I'm definitely getting Ray on 4K. I love that movie, and I think Jamie Foxx did a great job portraying Ray, and I love Ray Charles. Do you know my favorite? I mean, there's obviously hearing Ray Charles sing Georgia, but Seven Spanish Angels. I love when him and Willie Nelson do that duet. Um, so I'm definitely getting that movie. Yeah, the Skinny Man episode in yeah Hush, the silent episode. They're like, oh man, they are creepy, legit creepy. All right, everybody, I have gone 2 hours. That is where I got to get off so that I can wind down and try to get to sleep and get up early and everything else. Hopefully, I'll have a video for you tomorrow. If not, I'll have one Wednesday. Oh, I'm gonna get Runaway Train. I'm getting Runaway Train. I've already pre-ordered the stewardesses. For sure, I've pre-ordered the stewardesses. What's shaking, bacon? What's up? Blockbuster box sets in the house right before we hop out of here. But yeah, so I'm gonna try to. I have. I'll give you guys a spoiler. Video. The last video I recorded was PG rated movies with a lot of nudity in them. Yes, there is a surprising amount of those. Um, and that one should be interesting. And of course, I'll have my Friday night rentals. I'm trying to work on this big video for you guys for Saturday for 1980 versus 1990 year in movies. We'll see what all I get to, but thank you all so much for your support, hanging out with me, everything else. I love y'all so much, and make sure you check these out. If you don't have these, try to add them, try to watch them. 4Ks of the week, high recommends, and hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you next time for AVA Pop Culture News live. I'll see y'all later. Bye bye. Thank you all so much. Really. Bye bye.